Hola, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos y bienvenidas a este nuevo capítulo de nuestro podcast Más allá de la frontera. Como ustedes saben, hemos tenido una muy buena, exitosa rondas o series de entrevistas y el día de hoy no deja de ser menos especial. Tenemos un invitado desde otro continente. En este caso nos visita un ex colega y un querido amigo también de acá de la coordinación de idiomas. Pero lamentablemente esta persona viene de Nigeria. Por ende, la entrevista va a ser total y exclusivamente en inglés. Así que de ahora en más, para nuestros auditores y auditoras, pongan atención, tomen papel y lápiz porque va a ser en inglés. Así que let's start. So, welcome all of you guys for being here. My name is Pedro Bascur, and today's program will be about Olusiji Lasekan. He's a colleague from Nigeria, and now he will be with us talking about, little things about him, about something related to English, something about Nigeria. So, well, first of all, how are you, Chiji? How have you been?
First of all, thank you, Juan, Pedro, for inviting me. I'm so excited to be here.
Wow.
Yeah, so excited to be here. Thank you. I'm very fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So, first of all, Chiji, can you tell me, or can you introduce yourself a little bit for the audience,
Yeah. Okay. My name is, as you have pointed out, and thank you for the pronunciation. You pronounce it excellently well. My name is Siji Lasekan, and and I've lived in Chile for almost 5 to 6 years now, and I'm an assistant professor and English pedagogy in Usete. I'm from Nigeria, and what else? I like Venezuela. Yeah, and
Look at you! Wow.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah.
Any more information, I'm happy to share with you guys.
Okay, so that's a good start. But you talked to a little bit about Chile, but before we get started with the questions, can you tell or say some words in your native dialect, or in your native language?
Good, interesting. Yeah. So you have to. I want to teach you something. First of all, my language is my indigenous language. Yeah, it's Yoruba.
Yoruba.
Yeah, Yoruba. And the people of Nigeria from the southwest of Nigeria speak Yoruba. Okay, those in the north speak Hausa, and people from the southeast of the country speak what is called Igbo. So I speak Yoruba. Okay.
Okay.
So let me teach you one or two words. Yeah. All right. You can say after me. Bawoni.
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 Bawoni. Bawoni means the end. So
which is
Bawoni means how are you?
How are you? Okay. Great.
How are you?
Bawoni.
Bawoni.
Bawoni. Wow. Okay. That's good. Wow. So, okay, so let's start, with the questions. We want to know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
So can you tell me, Shigi, where are you from and what do you do?
Okay. Yeah, as you pointed out, I'm from Nigeria. And yeah, I'm a English teacher, yes, and I'm also a researcher. Okay, at the Universidad Católica de Temuco, and I teach English language skills, reading, listening, writing, speaking. I'm so passionate about English teaching. What makes me, I love my job, and I'm always happy when I get, when I get results. Result in the sense that, when my students are happy because they can improve their English. They take into the fact that we all know that English is well, it's not unfortunate, or should I say unfortunate, but English is the most common language, is the most important language in the world. All right, it opens doors, it opens opportunities. So, and when I help my student in that regards, it makes me happy. So I teach English generally, you understand, at different levels, uh, you know, at university level, and um, I always like to help as far as English language is concerned. So that's what that's all about shit. And like I said, I also like to play football. Yeah, I like
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I like to play football. And with respect to season, yeah, winter is not my friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
because
can
I'm
tell
from
that.
a tropical country, so um, yeah, it's not my favorite season. So summer is always my favorite season.
You don't get used to it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think that is all about it. Yeah, like I told you, and I cannot stress that enough. I love that.
You love that, you know. So right away, probably after the podcast,
For this time especially.
yes,
Yeah, of
absolutely,
course.
absolutely. Hey, I mean, you have just told me that you are a research, right?
Yeah, researcher. Yeah.
So, what are you researching now? I mean,
I have a lot of anything related to English generally, but I have a lot of diverse research interest.
okay, such a
Yeah, for example, I try to see, development of language skills, development of English course program. For example, for the past 2 or 3 years now, I've been working on what is called English for specific purposes.
purposes. Okay,
So what I do basically is to see how, how students can apply their English language learning, to their respective discipline, and also to how they can apply English in future for their professional development. So these are, you know, I I, I, I feel I'm so passionate about that in the sense that we should uh, we should be pragmatic as far as English language learning is concerned. English, I strongly believe that English is not like, oh, how to say hello, how are you, and it's not only language that you use for, when you ask any student, oh, why are you learning English? Oh, I just want to travel. I want to, so that I'll be able to visit many countries.
Yeah.
So, but we should be able to let them know that, okay, uh, English, if they learn it very well or they enhance their proficiency to certain level, they can use it, for their professional development, irrespective of whether English is the official language in their country or not. So these are what I'm working on. So the research is to help different departments, different departments to develop course programs. All right. For example, I participate in helping Department of Economics, Department of Economics on how to they can develop business English.
okay,
And another university here that I'm also helping them in their school of dentistry.
oh really?
How they can develop a dental English course. So these are areas that I'm really working on. And my place of primary assignment, which is Universidad de Católica Telucotu, I also participate, in different area of research with respect to English language skills development, So I have a lot of research.
It's a wide range, absolutely. Wow. Nice. You told me that, I mean, you love cazuela, right? So talking about that, How long have you been in Chile?
Yeah, I've been here since 2017. So this year, I think I will clock 6 years. Yeah.
And talking about that, can I ask you what is the most like difficult part of living in Chile? I mean, you can talk about terms of, I mean, in terms of culture, the language, well, the weather, the climate as well.
Yeah.
So if you can tell us a little bit about that.
I think for me personally, it's the weather. You know, is majorly the weather and also the language.
Okay.
All right. I mean, my first year, I struggled. You know, I came to this country with, you know, with very low level of Spanish, and even up till now, I'm still learning the language. You know,
I'm still fighting.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's these are the two key, you know, challenges, you know, that is preventing me from adapting very well. But I'm happy that I have a lot of, you know, friends, families, you know, that are helping me to, you know,
Great.
that are helping me, you know, to solve these challenges with respect to language and also weather. I mean, if I tell you my experience in the first year, you know, I don't, coming from a tropical country, you know, I really don't know the right clothes to put on during winter, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes I just step outside and people are like, wait, can't you see that it's cold?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, that's really, but now I think I'm familiar with, you know, how to adjust to the climate here. Yeah, and also I'll try, I mean, I think with time, I believe that the Spanish has not reached, you know, a satisfactory level anyway, but I think I can communicate very well, you understand, as far as speaking Spanish is concerned.
I mean, understanding that the Chilean Spanish is not the most like, I mean, it's not easy.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I mean, like, but you know, for us as a linguist, we the way Chileans speak, that is their identity. Language is an identity. You understand? I mean, just like my English too that I'm speaking, you know, I don't sound like the Americans or the British, right? You understand? So why? Because my own Nigerian English, you understand? That is my identity, you understand? So
That's you.
It's the same way how Chilean Spanish is different from Colombia,
Peruvian,
the Peruvian, you understand? So language is your identity.
Yeah.
Your accent is your identity.
Yes, and that's why, you know, that's why I really love like languages. You know?
Absolutely.
Yes, that's the funny thing. I remember once that we were like at the office, you know, at lunchtime.
Yeah.
And you brought some, you know, Nigerian typical food. Or I mean, I just like a flash memory.
Yeah.
How about food? You know, because I don't know if you got the ingredients or something like that. But what about food? You know, it has been like something that really you have to struggle with, or I mean,
absolutely, it has been. The truth of the matter is that it's challenging getting the, you know, typical Nigerian food ingredients in Chile.
Okay.
You understand? But most of the time, most of my Nigerian friends lives in Santiago. So so sometimes when they travel to United States, or when I travel to United States, I bring some of those food to Chile. I mean, I buy them in a lot in bulk.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm still loyal. I'm still faithful to Nigerian food.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's good to know. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so did you live in Nigeria, right? Most part of your life, right?
Yes. But I left the country almost 15 years ago when after I finished my undergraduate, which you guys call that pre-graduate. So yeah, it's a long time because my parents had to, while I was in undergraduate, my parents had to, migrated to, migrated to, what's it called? Malaysia.
Okay.
And they're still living there till this moment.
Wow.
My dad works there. So after that time, then I and my younger brother, after we finish our undergraduates, we also moved there. So yes, so that's where, so Malaysia, India, that's why I had all my postgraduate degrees.
Okay.
You understand? And
Interesting.
so then from there, from Malaysia to India, then from India, then I moved down here to Chile.
Ah, okay. Yes, I recall that now. Yeah, that's why.
that's
So,
the story.
and that probably makes the next question more interesting
Okay.
because can I ask you what are like the biggest differences between living in Chile and living like in the places that you mentioned before? I mean, India, Malaysia, Nigeria. Can you give me? Can you give us like a, like a big or explanation or differences between Chile or comparing like
Okay.
with
Well, every culture is kind of unique. All right, unique in the sense that I mean, for example, in Chile. Okay, let me start from Chile, Nigeria, so to speak. Yeah. Like, for example, I noticed something like well, I'm not trying to generalize, but what I observe here in Chile is okay, it seems like people sleep late. All right, and well, depend. Maybe on weekends, okay, you might wake up late. All right, you understand?
But most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time, you understand. Now, where I come from, we sleep, we sleep early. You understand? And we wake up early, and I still have that lifestyle. You understand? So, I mean, someone like me have to be in bed at 10. You understand? And I wake up, most of the time, even on weekends at 5 or 6, even if I don't have nothing to do. You understand? So I think that is why most of the time, when my Chilean friends invite me for what you guys call karate.
Yeah, it's like a
Exactly.
like a party.
Yeah, exactly. Since they are my friend, I guess I have to follow them. Yeah, let's go for karate. But it's not something I enjoy. I want to be in my bed at that time. You understand? So,
wow.
Basically, so I think that is the key cultural difference. You understand? We sleep early. You understand? And that's why, when you go to places in the country, shops, all right, mall open at 7 a.m.
Wow.
You understand? Yeah. And most of the time, these shops close as early as possible. You understand? Right? So these are some of the, I think that's one key difference I can actually kind of mention. And another thing that I also notice is also like in my culture, we are very relatable.
Okay.
You understand? So, for example, if you meet a Nigerian, you understand, for the first time, a Nigerian can be talking to you like you've just met him or her, but the way the two of you will be relating, it will like as if you've known each other for 20 years.
Yes. When you're like friends.
You just become friends immediately. You understand?
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah, exactly. But now I don't want to generalize again. You understand? But in my observation, here in Chile, relationship is in phases. You understand? All right. I mean, for example, let me give you an example where I live. My neighbor. All right. We are neighbor. All right. We just say first week we don't say hello to each other. Okay. The following week, we start saying, okay, good morning, buenos dias, buenas noches, buenos dias, and we did that for almost 2 or 3 months. After 6 months, that's when she asked, ¿Dónde eres? After 6 months.
Yeah. After that, yeah, very long time, you know.
And a very long time. You understand?
Yeah.
So no, I don't have problem with that. The point I'm making is like, okay,
That's right.
relationship is in phases.
Yeah.
But if it is in my country, you understand? If he or she is interested in you, you become friend immediately.
Immediately. Wow. You can have like a million of friends, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, my people are very we're kind of very jovial people. You know?
Yeah, that's right. And I can tell that like personally because when I met you for the first time, you
Yeah,
know,
okay.
we got in on well, like quickly,
Yeah,
you know, very quick
yeah.
and well, I know like most of Nigerian people that I know from you know sports,
Okay.
specifically football, you know, soccer.
Yeah, so, okay.
All the Nigerian players, you know, all the time they are like smiling. They are very happy, cheerful people.
Yeah.
And so yes, for the like I can tell that, you know, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I can
that's
imagine.
right. Well, you talk to us a little bit about like a traditionally that you for instance you wake up early, you know.
Okay, yeah.
So do you still conserve some like Nigerian traditions now? Do you still have some apart from
you know, are you making reference to food actually?
food,
Food.
you know, or probably some routine that you got with your family or
Yeah. I think basically I still, like I said, I still consume Nigerian food. I still eat that a lot. And also sometimes I still put on typical Nigerian dress. All right. But I don't go out. I don't dress.
okay.
I don't put it on, you know, when I'm going out. But if I'm at home, I just want to feel like Nigerian. Yeah, just
Yeah. I don't know if I am right, but I think that it might be like very thin, you know.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
For this weather,
very,
you know, it's very
exactly. That is the issue. Very thin. So I'm not allowed to put on those dresses except only during summer.
okay.
You understand? You understand? Because clothes is not, no, it's not suitable for this weather. But sometimes, so during summer, so I put it on in my home. You understand? Because sometimes if I go out with those kind of clothes, you know, it's like I'm attracting a lot of, you know, all eyes will be on me like, oh, nice. What kind of clothes is this? Where are you from? I don't want to engage in that conversation.
Yeah, man, come on, man. I tell that from you know for the rest of the people all the
Yeah,
time. You know?
exactly. Yeah, I can
The same
understand.
narrative.
A lot of curiosity, you understand? Like,
Yeah, that's right. Hey, well, talking about food, you know, yes, it was. I mean, can you tell me, I don't know, like an example, what kind of food or typical food, you know?
our local food is kind of, for example, we have something like,
Rice, right now.
yes, we have one that is called jollof rice, you know, and I prepare that a lot, you know. It's because jollof rice kind of is very popular in Africa, not only in Nigeria. In fact, if you go to go to Twitter, you understand, you will see a lot of argument about, oh, which country prepared the best jollof rice in Africa. You know, there's always this competition between Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal.
Really? Wow. Oh.
You understand? So it's a common food there, you know, and usually served, I mean, at parties. All right. So so it's a common, but we also have some other local food. All right. For example, what we call, I don't know, something equivalent to that. For example, arena papa, yeah, like flour, potato flour. Yeah, exactly. So potato flour, we have something like that we prepare, but we won't prepare like a typical puree that you guys prepare. So our home puree will be so hard.
Okay.
It has to be hard.
Wow.
All right. So when it is hard, there are special soup You understand? You might not familiar with some of this soup. Maybe one day I will invite you to my home and because I've just brought some food from the United States, so
Oh, wow.
I will invite you guys to come and have it.
Okay.
You will like it.
You already said it.
You understand? So, and so these are the foods we have. This kind of food that I've just described to you, like eba, inyo, amala. I mean, these are the name of the local, but they are all arenas, different types of arenas.
Wow.
So there are some arenas for potato flour, and there are some arenas like potato. Now you don't have it here because Chile is a tropical country. You don't have it, but we have something called yam. It's a tuber, all right? It's much more like, I've seen it here in Chile, but I don't know the name in Chile, but it's a tuber, very big.
Okay.
You understand? So, and it's, the calorie of the energy is very high, So, you will like it anyway.
Okay.
You like it. And we usually, by custom, you are expected to use your hand to eat it. We don't use spoon. We don't use fork. You don't use cutlery. You have to wash your hand, and you use your hand to eat it. Yeah.
Wonderful.
You will like it.
Yeah, someday we'll have to try someday.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yes. Okay. So let's bring on something related to English. This conversation is in English. So can we talk a little bit about English? Can you tell us how did you learn English? Because as far as I know, English in Nigeria is the first language, right?
Yes.
But how did you learn English, and probably how do Nigerian people perceive English? Because you told me that you have like dialects, right?
Absolutely.
Can you tell me a little bit how English works in Nigeria?
Number one, English is the official language of the country. All right. So when I mean official language, is the language. It's supposed to be the language. Everybody is expected to learn the language. You understand? So, and most of the time, in most homes, it's being spoken. All right, and also is language of the office, language of the of school, of education. So the situation whereby all subject, all discipline are taught in the language. You understand? I mean, during my own time, while growing up, we still see some of our parents, promoting this language at home, speak to us in this language. But the trend is really changing right now. Well, it's unfortunate it shouldn't be, because I strongly believe in the protection, conserving indigenous languages. You understand? So is the official language of the country. So we use it a lot. You understand? And also we also have what is called most people that can't even use the language, probably they don't have access to education. You understand? But we have what is called much more like a pidgin language, pidgin English.
Oh, really?
You understand? So, for example, I believe you guys are familiar with Afrobeat.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
music, right?
You must have listened to. There's this music, "Calm Down."
Calm down.
Baby,
calm down.
It's popular all over the world. Now, when you listen to that song, you understand. You see that the artists use a lot of pidgin English. You understand? I mean, maybe we can, after this podcast, maybe we can look at the lyrics. I can show you the pidgin English that is being used.
So it's kind of like mixing.
Yeah, it's like mixing the local, the dialect. You understand? So the language, the pidgin is formed because, look at it. For example, I told you that 3 major indigenous languages: Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. You understand? So someone like me now, this language is geographical.
Okay.
All right. So I cannot speak the 2 languages. You understand? So most of the time, if we want to relate, we use English. You understand? There are some, maybe they are not, what do you call? I don't know whether to use the word they don't have access to education. You understand? Basically, when you look at the structure of how Pidgin is formed, Pidgin is always formed in the marketplace.
Okay.
You understand? And in
In
the
the street.
marketplace, in the street. Yeah, that's the word. You understand? So it's much more like the language of the street. You understand?
Okay.
So people use Pidgin English.
Wow.
You understand? So, and now what is so interesting, is like because the Afrobeat is so, has taken over the world right now.
Yeah, it's like kind
understand?
of being popular.
Absolutely. So because it's taking over the world, so there is this kind of how will I say, it's becoming much more. The Pidgin English is becoming much more popular. All right, because this Afrobeat artists are using it a lot.
Okay.
You understand? So sometimes it's funny to me, when I see, people from different countries when they are singing Nigerian song, because the Afrobeat is, I laugh a lot because, with the pronunciation of the Pidgin English, kind of. So
Okay.
to answer your question, it's the official language of the country, and we are expected to speak, use this language in schools, all our subjects, courses, right from kindergarten, right from childhood. Yeah, we love this language. So, yeah.
Great. Nice. And let's see, talking about like, well, you mentioned that you have been like living in some of these countries, Nigeria, Malaysia. What about Chile? I mean, is Chile like known in those countries? What is? I mean, if you have heard like Chile in those places, or what have you heard?
Interesting question. I can only speak for myself. Speak for myself in the sense that I was sharing this with some of my students a few weeks ago. Like, while I was growing up, like as a teenager, like my dad always encouraged I and my younger brother to watch TV. You understand? So we watch, most of the time we used to see football a lot.
Okay.
So I think through football helped us to see the world, even though we are in Africa. You understand? So through television, we see the world. So for example, I still remember very well, every Wednesday night at 9:45, there's this football TV show called Football America. Okay, so in that show, they will give us all the highlights of goals, that are scored across South American leagues.
Really?
You understand? So during that time, that's when I got to know about Colo Colo Chile, River Plate Argentina. I know about the Primeras of Brazil. You understand? So I think football made me to know something. The only thing I know while growing up is like, okay, Colo Colo is in Chile.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
know Colo Colo.
I disagree, but anyway, it's okay. Okay.
So I don't know about others, but I know Colo Colo. You understand? So that's the only thing. And one thing, there's something when we were in high school that has always been promoted, and I don't know why it has been promoted, about they were like, oh, the longest swimming pool. You understand? Yeah, the longest swimming pool is in Chile. You understand? I mean, that part is also something being sold. That's why I'm saying
that.
Yeah, exactly. They said the longest, I think, is in I don't know, maybe via I don't know anyway.
Yeah.
You can verify this.
Okay.
You understand? So these are, because when we are being taught, what do you call it? Geography. You understand? We also being taught that, okay. Yes, exactly. So like Chile is also the longest country in the world.
Look at you.
You understand? So these are the the information that I know about this country.
Okay.
You understand? And something very funny in the sense that 2010, when the earthquake happened in Chile, I was in Malaysia. When the major earthquake that happened in Chile, you know.
It was February, right? 2010.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was in Malaysia.
Wow.
And I remember I was watching CNN United States, you know, they were reporting the incident. I never knew that one day I'm going to live here, you know. But something so funny is just like I was watching that incident that night with so much interest. You understand? Like, how?
I would indeed.
Yeah, like, so sad what they are going through right now. You understand? There's this more, so it's not like a premonition. Like, okay, like one day you will be living here. You understand? Yeah. So I looked at it with so much interest. You understand? So
like you were mean to.
Yeah. Exactly. So like I said, the plan is not for me to stay here. You understand? When I finished my PhD in India, I wanted to go and take a program, do a postdoctorate program in South Africa. So, but I need to wait for about 6 months before I go. So like, okay, what will I be doing in India within this 6 months? Okay. So like, okay, let me go to Chile for a program called English Open Door Program. So I participated in that program. That was the plan. You understand? And from there, I supposed to move from there to South Africa. And I just felt like, well, the opportunity came, you know.
And you took it.
Should I stay here in Chile? Or should I continue to move? My decision was based on the fact that, I was tired of traveling, you understand? So, Malaysia, India, Chile, against South Africa. So, you know.
Okay, no more.
No more. Let me just stay in one place.
Wow. I mean, nice journey. Yeah, that's right. It's a very good one. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, let's see. What can you tell us from your experience teaching English here in Chile? What can you perceive, in terms of probably as teacher, and us like Chilean as as English like language, like as we are like learners,
Okay.
I mean, what can you tell us from that perspective?
Actually, what made me to continue to teach here is the enthusiasm of the student. You understand? Yeah.
Can you see it?
I think majority of students here are very enthusiastic about English. They are very passionate about English, and when I observe that, that's much more like a motivation for me. You understand? Motivation to to teach. You understand? So there are a lot of issues anyway with respect to how we can develop how we can improve English language teaching in Chile. There are a lot of things that can be done with respect to teachers' motivation, with respect to programs, quality materials. Much has been done, but there's still more to be. There's still the need to do more. You understand? So like I said, the students are very, are highly motivated to learn the language. You understand? So I think we should, like, suggestion that I always bring, you understand, like, when the government has should I say the government? I think there's a policy that is trying to make Chile a bilingual country, and they set a benchmark of, I don't know, B1, B2 level. You understand? And the question I always ask is like, wait, after student reach B1, B2 level, what is next?
Yes. What do we, or what then expect
Exactly. You understand? So because, for example, if you put a student, help student to reach B2 or B1 level of English, okay, there are evidence of research that has shown that, okay, if you don't continue to improve, you know, on that level, on that proficiency, then you're going to drop in the proficiency. You understand? So uh, there should be a policy that promotes English as a lifelong learning.
Get it.
You understand? So not something that is like a result. Yes, I've got B2, fine, I'm fine.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be. So there should be a policy. There should be a the English language educational system should be designed in a manner that English should be taught as a lifelong. You understand? So wherever you find yourself, oh, you got a new job, there should be an opportunity for you to continue to improve your English. If you whatever you do, wherever you go, there should be a space, you understand, opportunity for you to continue to improve your English. So a framework like that is needed in Chile. You understand?
Oh, nice point. Yeah, and probably we've got the resources. Maybe we can have it, but probably they're not like ideas.
Yeah.
For that, So yes, we're lack of that.
Absolutely. Chile has the resources. To to implement this idea. It's just like I think the idea is the one that is lacking. You understand? There should be a kind of shall I call it a political will, to achieve this kind of goals.
Nice. Well, I'm talking about, you said before that you were observing, like this kind of like motivation from the students. But what about on the other way, quite the opposite. So talking about what can you say that is the most difficult part of teaching English, well, you mentioned that probably we need like more resources, but what else? What do you think that we are like of in terms of like teaching English? What can you see?
I think the challenging part is just like, when you look at language skills generally, understand? What's it called? Listening and what do you call? Sorry, the output skills, which is the speaking and writing, is very critical. You understand? And there should be a student can get more confidence. You understand? In his or her ability when he or she is, when he or she is either speaking or writing. You understand? So there should be more emphasis to encourage students to speak.
Encouragement.
Exactly.
Okay.
Understand? Because if you are just reading or you are just listening and there are, exercise on the output, you won't, as a learner, you won't even get the confidence. You won't be sure whether, okay, have I learned it very well or not? So So whenever we are developing a pedagogical framework in classes, there should be an equal, we all know crashes theory, right? Input, output, skills. There should be the balance of both skills. You understand? So, and this can be done in the sense that, at class level. So basically, that's what I observe in the class. You understand, like, especially the high school student. The way it is being taught. I know Ministry of Education is changing that, basically. But in terms of encouraging, for example, the program that I participated in, English Open Door program,
that's right.
Native speakers are brought in to, encourage students, to speak. Is a good program. You understand? So more can be done in that, whereby students should learn how to, should be encouraged, should be motivated to speak write more in English. Yeah.
And also, you are like conducting a course right here at COI, right? Are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you can observe as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So me too. I mean, as a teacher, I totally agree with you because uh, students sometimes they got like the lack of confidence.
Yeah.
And we are trying to do some exercises, in class, speaking, output, input and output, something like that, they are like, I don't know. I don't know if I pronounce the word correctly. And the lack of motivation and the participation of the students, is start like going down.
Absolutely.
So the confidence, I think that's one of the major points that we have as teachers. We have to like encourage them and work with them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I totally agree.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
These are the issues. Yeah.
Okay. Siji, so it's been a pleasure. It's been a really interesting conversation. I hope that you be like in the same mood, as we are right away. So thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I'm really happy chatting with you guys this afternoon. It's a pleasure.
Yes, and well, I have to remind you guys that you already invited us to try the Nigerian food. Of course.
I will find one weekend. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to.
That's right.
We're going to try different local Nigerian delicacies.
Okay, right away. Let's see.
It's a promise.
So, in terms of like finishing this conversation, this podcast, I want just to ask you two questions. Okay, or two things. The first one, if you want to say something in your native Nigerian, which is Yoruba. Yoruba, yes. And then just a couple of words, to say goodbye to the people. And probably if you want to promote, any social network that you have or any course that you are conducting, for example, as USD, you said before, you are totally free. Just those two things, if you can just say some words in Nigerian, then if you want to say something like for you, talking to you. Probably we will not understand a word, but that's interesting.
The sad part is just like because you asked me to speak my my local dialect, you have put me on a spot. You understand? So I have to think how to say certain words. But let's see.
Don't do that. Come on.
So for example, just one word.
Okay.
Yoruba, let me just say. Esheungo. Esheungo. Esheungo means thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Esheungo.
Esheungo for inviting me to this podcast. It's a pleasure. I enjoy my time here. And yes, what I will just tell all our listeners there is to, I want to believe that all our listeners, majority of our listeners are also English language learner. So I want to tell them that they should, not give up. All right. Second language learning or foreign language learning is a process. All right. They should continue to, there should be resilience with respect to as far as learning English is concerned. And definitely they will get the results. So I wish every one of our listeners all the best.
Wow, nice. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. And well, that's it. So it's been, as I told you, it's been a pleasure, having you here with us. It's always nice to see you. I hope that we see you again each other.
Definitely.
And bueno, así que thank you very much for having me here. I hope that you really enjoyed this conversation. Y eso es para nuestros estimados y estimadas que nos escuchan, ¿cierto? Por cada capítulo le damos las gracias. por estar con nosotros, por escucharnos. Sé que algunos de ustedes deben estar allí estudiando, haciendo aseo en casa, viendo alguna cosa, y espero que haya sido interesante esta entrevista y este podcast con Siji. La verdad es que él es una persona muy, muy agradable y sobre todo también una persona que sabe mucho. Ha sido un placer también hablar con él. Y los dejamos invitados también para que puedan revisar nuestros podcasts anteriores, ya que tenemos mucho material, y por los que vienen también. Ya seguramente van a estar en las plataformas los próximos, que tenemos algunas sorpresas también. Y esperamos que se unen con nosotros, que estén atentos a nuestras redes sociales, a nuestro Instagram también. Y bueno, cualquier cosa que quieran ustedes aconsejarnos o darnos en claro, por favor, todos invitados. Una vez más, se despide Pedro Ascur, se despide también por parte de nosotros Juan Luis, que hacemos este podcast para todos ustedes con mucho cariño. Espero que lo valoren y que nos sigan escuchando en un capítulo más de nuestro podcast Más Allá de la Frontera. Que estén bien, saludos, see you soon. Yo, this your body, he put in my heart for lockdown, oh lockdown. Yo, you sweet life, and down.